What's going on YouTube? Rob A again, and today we're going to be taking a look at Fansproject Causality Crossfire CA-11 Downforce. So this is the drag strip analog for the Menasor analog from Fansproject. And as you can see, here's the box. He's got some very nice artwork going on here. I really like the kind of design that they went with for this dude. You can see on the side it's got a little photo of the guy here, and then on the other side it's got a drawing of the same image. Looks pretty darn cool. Very nice. And on the back we've got some action poses as well as an alt mode shot. It's showing off, I guess this image is to show off the connector points for the Menasor robot, or the Intimidator I should say. And right here he's got his gun, but you can't really see it because it's the same color as the body, which is something I'll get into in just a moment. And then his little feet, I guess, it's showing off his tiny little feet. So yeah, overall very cool. You can see if you open this up, just like the other Crossfire guys, inside the package you get the instruction booklet and this little bio card. The bio card feels very cheap. It's just like printed on cardboard. You can even see, well, maybe you can't see it on the video, but in person you can see where it was cut out, where it was, you know, just die cut, and then they kind of just cut it out. You can still see some of the connection points where it was still attached. But anyway, it's got a little, not really a bio, just kind of a blurb on the back that doesn't really make too much sense. But yeah, very nice all around. And let's get to the guy himself. And here we have Downforce, also known as Drag Strip, and you can see he is a kind of a Formula One-y racing car. Very cool, very sleek looking. Very interesting design with the front fenders here. The back looks very, you know, for lack of a better term, very muscular, and just very nice, very sleek design. I really do like it. If there's one problem I have about the car mode here, and it definitely does bug me, it's that the back, you know, obviously the wheels are just little false wheels that go over this kind of round piece, but the round piece is yellow and it really should be black like the rest of the wheel, because it really does stick out, especially from the back. You can tell that it's not a real wheel, but he rolls pretty well. Sometimes you have to like just adjust the front end bit, since it all plugs in, but none of it really plugs in super securely, and a lot of it's just attached by these little, you know, ball joint pieces here. But he rolls well once you get him all combobulated, and yeah, it's a very nice design. So here he is with his compatriots that are out so far. We've got T-Bone and Car Crash here. And yeah, looking very cool, the whole team. It is a little weird that this guy, since the style of car and the color is so drastically different from these two guys. I mean, and I think maybe it's because this one's white, this one's black, that it's kind of like we've got the, you know, black and white with red detailing, and this one is just yellow, like super orangey, yellowy, just bright color, and it's a completely different style of car, whereas these can be fairly similar. They're both just kind of sports cars. This one is totally a race car, so just that in itself just makes them stand out a little bit, but hopefully, you know, once you get the whole team assembled, it'll be a bit more cohesive looking. Yeah, so let's get on to transformation. This can be a little bit, it's not terribly tricky, it just requires a little bit of patience, a little bit of finesse. You can end up breaking the windshield piece if you're not careful, and some other bits are just, you know, it's a it's a delicate transformer. Alright, so what you want to do to transform this guy is, first thing, we'll come out and we'll just pop these little teeny yellow bits off the bottom, just like so. And for the sake of not losing them, we'll just connect them together, and that forms his gun. And it kind of bugs me that his gun is the same color as the rest of his car, because you lose it when he's holding it. Like, you don't see it lose it. I mean, you could physically lose it, as tiny as heck, but it's just hard to see when he's actually holding it. So anyways, what you want to do here is just come over to the front fenders and just pop these little guys off. Pop these little guys off and just kind of get them up and sort of out of the way here. Then we're just gonna split the whole front end of the car apart, and sometimes you want to just pull these bits out and kind of get your fingers in under the little curve, but just be careful you don't break these little bits off because they are very thin. There we go, and these are going to become the arms, and we'll just pull those out to the side. We can actually deal with those in a little bit. Next up, we want to take the windshield here and just pull it forward and just kind of leave it like that. That's about as far as it'll go. You don't want to try and force it. And then we want to come around the bottom, just make sure his these bits are detached from the sides of his body, and pull his legs up and out. And if you're careful, you might even be able to do this without popping his feet off, which I have managed to do every time, but now that I'm on camera, I have a sneaking suspicion it's not going to be so nice to me this time. Actually, if it helps, you can even separate the legs at the middle here, and then you can kind of just wiggle these bits out. It helps to kind of push the thigh forward while you're pulling back and out, and that'll kind of help to loosen all this stuff up. See, there we go. His feet didn't come off. Beautiful. His feet are just on little ball joints, so they have a tendency to pop off if there's too much pressure applied to them. Now, his legs are very interesting. So for his legs, they're on this little silver hinged piece you can see. So you want to take the back wheel and just push it down like so, and then this piece is going to come in, and you want to just kind of curl it in like so until it clips onto that little peg there, and then you should be able to flip this piece up like so and have it sit flush inside this little part that sticks out. Now you just want to turn the back wheel around a little bit. You can see there's a little notch there that'll just go right onto that little peg sticking out. So you just want to push it until it snaps onto there, and that should lock the whole leg in place. Come around the back here, do the same, or come around the side, not the back. Do the same thing on this side. Take the silver bit and just kind of push it in rather than swinging it around so much. Just want to push it in and kind of let it lock itself in place almost. And then turn the wheel around, lock that into place there, and that should set kind of everything up so that you can pop that piece in pretty stably. And if not, just kind of give it a little bit of a massage. This is a figure that requires some massaging. I will definitely say that. Just because the nature of how he transforms and the way everything sits together, it can be very fiddly. It's not one of those, here's a tab, here's a peg, everything locks right into place. So he's not quite like that. So now, here's the fun part that people have been having a little trouble with this. you have to turn this around to face the bottom. And all you want to do is just be gentle with it. It has a way that it wants to go. It has a way that it does not want to go. Sometimes you may have to move the head out of the way. And, you know, just do it carefully and you should be just fine, just like so. And so that will, you know, keep his head up and all that good stuff. Now onto the arms. So we've got these fender bits. You just want to kind of move these back and around, and turn these little bits up and then push them down onto the front of the shoulders. Move this piece around. This little bit is going to come up and just turn around, sit right on there. And then you just pull his forearm down, pull his hand out, and just like so. Same thing on this side. Pull the fender around, put it up and over the top. Move this piece up, and just like so. There we go. And again, nothing really locks in here, so you're just kind of getting it to where it looks good for you, where you like it to sit. But these are according to the official instructions, so that's what I'm going with. And it honestly looks decent that way, so that's how we'll leave it. And then push out his hand, and there we have downforce in robot mode. We'll stick his hand in stick his gun in his hand, and we'll check his robot mode out. Alright, so here we have downforce in robot mode, and I'll give you a quick close-up of his face here. Very cool. His face can look a little bit weird straight on, because he has the blue all the way in through behind his behind his helmet. So his head tends to look a little bit better when you're kind of looking at it from an angle. But otherwise, it looks really cool. I like the blue on his headlights here. I think it really sticks out and shines. He's got all the same articulation that the rest of his buddies have. He's got waist. He's got a head on a ball joint. He's got ball jointed shoulders that can go up and down. He's got a upper bicep swivel. He's got a double hinged elbow. Wrists are on ball joints, and they can actually swivel in due to transformation as well. Ball jointed hips, upper thigh swivel. He's got a knee, but his knee is actually pretty hindered, just due to this big back piece. It would have been kind of nice if they had this like fold down or something. They could even have had this form kind of a heel if it were to fold down and just come out, you know, like that. So, yeah, a little nitpick. It's not terrible, just a little bit annoying. And his little toesies are on ball joints. Now, I've heard a lot of people complaining that his feet are purple, and like, you know, the G1 version didn't have purple feet. He had just the yellow all the way down. But I personally really like the purple feet. I think it connects the body at the head and the feet to have that purple. You know, it's in the middle as well. I think to have that kind of follow through on the robot makes it look a lot more cohesive, because I think if they had just gone with, say, you know, just straight yellow, if we pop this off, straight yellow, then you've got like so much yellow going on here. You need something to break it up a little bit, and they have the red stripes, but that really doesn't do it all enough, I don't think. I personally like the purple feet, and it's fine if you don't. That's cool too. Paint them yellow. But for me, I kind of like them. What I do not like is this yellow gun. I think if you pose him, you really, like, you can barely tell that there's a gun in his hand, because it's the same color as his entire body. But other than that, very cool figure. Little bit of a fiddly transformation, I will admit that, but it's not a bad one. Like, at no point was I like holding my breath hoping something wouldn't snap off. Get a lot of cool poses out of this guy. But yeah, I mean, he's a little bit prone to falling backwards just because he has no heels on the back of his feet. He's got the wheels, but they're just round. They don't have any gripping power really, and they're certainly not gonna do too much to balance him out. So, but you can get some decent poses out of him, which is very impressive. So yeah, overall, very cool figure. I really like all these guys so far. And this guy actually has a lot more personality, I think, to him than Car Crash and T-Bone, which I'll show you right here. So here we have T-Bone. Very excited to be in the picture with his buddy. And then Car Crash over here. Yeah. And yeah, they're very, very cool. I cannot wait to get Last Chance. I think he might be so far, like, at least visually, I think Last Chance is my favorite of the group. So I've got a lot of hopes for that one, and I can't wait to see their M3 and see what he looks like in color, and you know, get final pricing. And I think the release date they said was September, so we'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, this guy's very cool, worth picking up. And yeah, he's not as dangerous as other, you know, people may have led you to believe. He's not that scary. You just gotta be patient. Just a little gentle. You can't do the ham hands. I know I like to do the ham hands a lot of time, and you can't with this guy. It requires a little bit of finesse. But yeah, so that's going to do it for this review. I want to thank you guys so very much for watching, as always. Please be sure to comment, like, and of course subscribe. And yeah, I've got more stuff coming along. I've got some new Zoids and all that fun stuff. Maybe some new Lego. We'll see what's happening. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching again. I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.